But first of all, before I talk about this book, I wanted to tell you about Overdrive. I've really enjoyed listening to a couple books on Overdrive. I've started Mary Poppins and The Help. And it's really animated to listen to it on audiobook rather than reading it. And so I like that option. I just push play when I'm in my car. So if you haven't been on Overdrive, you can just use your school account and sign up for that. So I'd encourage you to do that. And if you do, one of your first books should be The Help that you listen to. The book that I brought is Love Does. I had a friend give this to me for my graduation of college, and I'm not much of a reader, but I thought she suggests good books and she reads all the time, so I'll go ahead and read it. And I found it very encouraging. If you like small stories, this is a good book to read. It's a continuous one. It has a continuous idea about how love does things. You don't just love people, but you show your love in different ways. And so there's multiple stories in here about how this man is either shown love or shows love to other people. But again, you can put it down and then pick it back up again and not feel lost because it's not one continuous piece. If you like encouraging stories, you would like this book. If you are one of those people who are anti-religion or just anything, because this does mention God in it or a higher power, so if you're okay with reading that, then read this, or just encouraging stories in general. But if you're total anti that, then don't read it. It wouldn't be good for you. And here's a couple passages from it that I like. One of the quotes that I like and I put up in my house is, it says, "That's because love is never stationary. In the end, love doesn't just keep thinking about it or keep planning for it. Simply put, love does." And another quote is, "And for me, I realized that I used to be afraid of failing at the things that really mattered to me. But now I'm more afraid at succeeding things that don't matter." So a lot of the book is just filled with quotes like that, things that encourage you or make you think about your own life. One of the other reasons why I read it is because I heard a radio talk about it. And they talked about this guy, Bob Goff, how he decided to take his children out of school. And it was around 9/11, and they wanted to meet with world leaders to talk about how we could create more peace. And so he literally took his kids out of school for about a month and went on this trip. And one of the chapters in this book is about what his kids asked those world leaders, what kind of discussions they had, what the world leaders thought. A lot of them invited them back. So that was very interesting to me, that somebody would just have that much gumption or inspiration, like, let's just take my kids out of school and let's have them write letters to world leaders, and it worked for them. They were still learning a lot. So, love does.
Awesome.